Hello everyone, and welcome to another unboxing. Today I'm going to be talking a bit about the Godox MF-R76. This is a TTL Macro Ring Flash designed specifically for the Sony Alpha system. Godox does have other versions for Nikon and Canon, but since I use Sony equipment, I opted for this. So what this does is its main objective is to help you get balanced lighting when shooting in macro mode. So basically removing a lot of the shadows which exist as in a conventional flash, which kind of is one way or can only bounce. So with the ring flash you're able to provide a more blended kind of balanced lighting over your object. So the box by itself shows that there is a main unit which goes onto the hot shoe of your camera, and then you have the circular flash unit which is then mounted at the front of your lens. The way it's mounted is through a bunch of ring adapters, and the kit does provide ring adapters for different sizes. This particular device, depending on where you buy it, ranges in the sub $300 US bracket. So do look out for good deals out there. So looking into the actual box, what we have is some instruction manuals, which is definitely useful to read through in this particular product. We have the ring flash itself, which is kind of big, and we've got the main flash mounting unit controller, which goes on top of the actual camera. So this connects into the hot shoe, and there is obviously a pass-through hole to put the battery in. So while we put this aside, you can see that there is the battery provided inside this bag. It's very nice that they provided this bag, because then you can store your items in there. So this is the Godox battery. It says it can take about 700 shots, which is kind of really sufficient for most people to have a good day out shooting macro photography. These are the different ring adapters which I talked to you about earlier on. So these ring adapters is what is mounted on the front of your camera lens, and then depending on what lens you're using, you may need to use the right ring adapter. For me, mostly I'm using 77, 82, 67. So yeah, I think all of them are there, and this is a very handy way to kind of make sure that it works across all of the devices. And then there is the Usbc charging cable. So if we look at the actual battery, we can assume that this is the charging pod. So yes, you put the connectors in, it goes in there, and then you have a USB cable to do the actual charging. Yes, so it is USB-C charging. So what you can do is you can just bring in any USB-C charging port, and there's a red light which will show you that it is actually charging. So once the battery is charged, the idea is to put it into this hole. So let's do that. Let's just align it to go in from here, and you can hear a click sound, and to release it you press this button and take it out again. So again, push the battery in through here. You hear the click sound, then press this button here to push it out. So let's see if there's any charge in the device. So we can switch on the on button. The battery is kind of midway charged. You can do a test flash, and that kind of works. So we can do that again. And as you can see, when you do the test flash, the ring, it illuminates across the entire ring. So that is that works well. Yeah. So you can see it illuminates across the entire ring. Okay, so I will post some test shots of this at a later point to show you how the macro works, and I'll have to read through this manual obviously in detail to make sure that I've got the right settings configured. So we're going to try and set up the ring flash. So this is my Sony body, and I've put in my 90 f2.8 macro lens, which gives it a 1:1 ratio. So just going to clean the cover off a bit. I already have a filter on here. If you guys don't have a lens pen, you should definitely have one around. And so here it says it's a 62 mm. So this is a 58, 55, 52, 49, 62, and there is also a 72, 67, as well as the 77. Okay, so basically we have to take the 62 one and put it in. So let's get this out. So once the thread is put in, you get a firm position on it, and then the idea is that the back of this, where the grooves are, would actually slide into the actual device lens, right? So we would do that from the top. So that's a good secure fit. And then we need to put the hot shoe into the thing. So remember to take off your hot shoe covers. There's also one over here. So putting this in, locking it down, and then pressing the close button. So now once it's in and you switch on your camera, you will get the TTL through the lens calibration, which will allow you to then take better images in a more with universal kind of balanced lighting. Thank you for watching.